And then you've used the word more avant-garde for some of the stuff you're doing, like in episode 7, and when you have those longer pieces. And can you say what feels avant-garde about it to you? Is it just more sort of free form, when you've gotten away from those kind of folk melodies or the sweeter stuff, and that just the tension automatically calls for that, or how do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, I think by what I mean is there is a lot more experimentation and kind of lack of structure. And I mean, there of course is structure and a map to how those scenes worked, but again, it's not very melody driven. Lots of cluster work, lots of extended techniques, lots of just variations. It basically lack of any sort of traditional melody or form, and that in combination with electronics, like the heart pulsing electronics and some of the percussion. I just got to throw everything at it, and again, that and scoring that sequence was much like I scored Shiva Baby, which is basically lay one track down, record over it, react to it, record over it, react to it, continue. It wasn't like conceived and then executed. It was very much built up layer by layer. And it's such a difficult, amazing sequence. And so it was a lot of trial and error with that. And we had time, we had a little bit more time on this episode. And also it was completely a blank slate because there was no temp that was right for that. It would, it didn't exist. So it was really cool to, really build that up from scratch.
Yeah, I was wondering if you sort of got any instructions, or if there was a temp track or anything, or the producers said, okay, this is what we need here, or whether it's kind of like, we don't know what you need to do, so you're on your own kind of thing.
For that, this episode, I think, was the most challenging in that regard. Because it's a much shorter episode. It is in real time. I mean, the editor, Lenarian, is absolutely amazing. She and I feel so bad because she did spend so much time on making a passable temp score, but it was so hard to hit all these beats. I mean, the Nazis are going from room to room. There's all of this other, just the tiny minutia that could be the difference between them getting caught or not. And so it was very much moment to moment, and it was not, it was like, it's very reactive. So there was a temp score that was assembled from a lot of my stuff and then some other stuff. But it was really just to say, more energy here, sparseness here. We like what it does here, and then we just stripped it out. It was like keeping the tension music as immediate and contemporary as possible. Like, I think some of that music you could have just picked out and put it in a film made in 2023, set in 2023. So it was meant to really get under your skin and make you, put yourself exactly in that scenario. So yeah, in that regard, it was definitely the most kind of mysterious cue.